Brandon Cutler here from AEW, and I hope you guys have an awesome podcast with the MonsterCast.
What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful here. You're watching the MonsterCast with Jack and Ryan. A big shout out to those fellas. Good people. Check them out.
Here's your host of the MonsterCast, the Straight Edge Monster, Jack and Ryan.
So here's the poll. This was posted by @Slick2099. Shout out to you. I don't know if I follow them on Twitter or not, but I did see this on my timeline. Has WWE dropped the ball on Bray Wyatt since his return? It has 404 votes at the time of me screenshotting this, with 8 hours left. Obviously, by the time that this is put on YouTube and everything and uploaded everything, the poll will be over. But it had enough votes that I wanted to screenshot it. Yes, they dropped the ball, 41%. That's what I voted for, by the way, in case you can't tell. That's where the check mark is. Nope, it's going great, 5%. Just give it time, 19%. And I don't care anymore, 35%. And I love this poll, so shout out to Slick2099. So if I'm not following you, I will make sure that I'm following you after this show. And I will tag you in whenever we post this video. But I said, yes, they dropped the ball. And here's the reason why I said that. You don't bring back Bray Wyatt with all this fucking hoopla that you had, right? With all these mystery signs and all this stuff that people were trying to figure out that weren't really that hard to figure out. And then you still debut him. You still wait until Royal Rumble to have his first match against LA Knight, right? In a special concept match that we've talked about, by the way, already on the YouTube channel. You can go find that video as well.
The Mountain Dew.
It was something. It exists. We'll just say it exists. The Mountain Dew pitch black match. And then, because I know Ryan loves it when I say the whole name of the match.
The Mountain Dew pitch black match.
The Mountain Dew pitch black match. And then, I guess the sponsorship ended because I heard that on a live show they had a lights out match instead. Which was probably the exact same thing except without the Mountain Dew logos. So they had the same thing like on a live event or some shit. Oh shit. I guess Pitch Black isn't sold anymore. The limited time run is over. Anyway. So I do say that yes, they dropped the ball because, okay, so now you waited that long to have the match with LA Knight that no one cared about. And the only reason that it was interesting is because of LA Knight, right? You got this new fucking thing with Uncle Howdy that no one still understands really fully. Then your next step is WrestleMania match with Bobby Lashley, right? And then obviously you watched SmackDown and you saw the new Firefly Funhouse that really wasn't a Firefly Funhouse that they tried to pass off as one. And it wasn't good. I'll just say that. And I'm not putting any blame on Bray Wyatt because like I said before, this isn't Bray Wyatt's fault. WWE dropped the ball the first time they had him. They've been fucking running all his stupid ass characters that he's come up with that were genius, right? Into the ground to the point that they were fucking caricatures of themselves and terrible, and then he keeps running out of ideas because he has to keep coming up with something that's semi-fucking creative in his own head, and it's to the point now where it's like, dude, we've seen all this in different versions, and now it's kind of like we don't care anymore. So it was between yes, they dropped the ball and I don't care anymore for this poll, and I think you're leaning towards I don't care anymore, but I'm definitely not gonna say just give it time because we gave it time how many times the first time, and then how many times did we give the Buzzard Bray Wyatt time? How many times did we give the Fiend Bray Wyatt time? And it ended up being nothing. And he ended up being a joke of himself to where he had to fucking keep coming up with new characters and shit to get us back reinterested in his character. And this time, it's just not clicking. And I'm not blaming Bray Wyatt for that, sorry. Because if they would have never fucked up the Buzzard character, we wouldn't have had to have the Fiend. He could still be doing the Fiend later on down the line. Because they fucked up his other characters so much, now this is what we have. And it's not good.
So here's what I'll say. The way the question is worded, it says, has WWE dropped the ball on Bray Wyatt since his return, right? I'm going to say no. What it feels like to me...
Okay, you can say no, but what are you picking on this? On the poll, what are you voting for?
I don't care.
Nope, it's going great?
I don't care.
Okay, that's what I thought. I figured you'd say I don't.
So,
okay, go ahead.
The reason that I'm specifying that, though, and pointing out that that's what it says, is that them dropping the ball in the past when Vince was in charge and not, like you said, like they didn't go far enough with like maybe the swamp character gimmick, the buzzard stuff, all that. That's irrelevant.
Which we both
to what
loved, right? We both loved the swamp character gimmick.
Yeah, it was fine.
Until it got to the singing kid, right?
The swamp cult leadership was fine until the maggots on the projector and the Randy Orton match.
Well, yeah. That was really the and that was after he lost to Undertaker when he should have won, right? When we all thought Bray Wyatt should have beat him at WrestleMania instead of the year later when Brock did it, I believe.
So the finer point here is not that WWE. I don't think WWE's dropped the ball at all since his return. What it seems like happened is that they realized they fucked up in his first run with the company, and then they gave him too much creative control this time. I think this is 100% Bray Wyatt not having anything, but I don't think it's WWE's fault this time. I think that they were like, you know what? We should have trusted you the first time. Like, here's the ball, go run with it. And he doesn't really have anything for it. He's out of ideas. He doesn't want to rehash the same stuff, but then he kind of is, and nothing's coming out of it. So they've given him the ball entirely. It seems like he has a ton of creative control, but he doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. I'm not blaming WWE for this because it seems like they've just given him free reign, and he's just not good with it. That's the problem.
So we don't think this is more of a DC let him be Zack Snyder first, then said, no, this sucks, and then now we're going to make you James Gunn and you have to fix your own shit that you had, and then he's not able to because it's so fucked up?
I think
That's
it's
not
more
Bray
like
Wyatt's fault.
I mean, if you want to make that comparison, I don't think enough of these movies to understand. But James Gunn's the Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
Yeah, that now is doing all the DC shit. Like, he has free reign over DC, and he has to basically fix everything.
So it seems more like they should have given him the free reign the first time when the idea was fresh and good.
I think they did to an extent, and then Vince wanted to fucking touch it. Vince just had to touch it.
That's what I mean. That's not free reign then, right? So Vince is gone now, and Hunter's like, yeah, you know, I saw the creativity back then. Let me give you that back. And now that he has it, he's like, well, fuck. Like, I don't know what to do with it because I can't just go back to the same stuff. But the new stuff that I'm doing isn't really clicking. I don't think it's WWE's fault.
I don't think
it was their fault originally, but I don't think it is now since his.
I don't
return.
think he couldn't have gone back to it.
Yeah. So the question is, since his return, right?
The way that the Fiend went out, why not go back to the roots of the fucking first character, the Buzzard character? I would have been okay with that.
Well, the question is, WWE dropped the ball since his return, and I don't think they have.
I agree. Okay, so I get what you're saying, that you were just talking about his return, and I think they have, because he's been back forever, and he's had one match, and it was the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. So yes, I do believe that they dropped the ball.
But is that WWE's fault, or is that Bray's fault when he has control over his character?
WWE accepted the sponsorship deal to do a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. So yeah, it's WWE's fault. Bray Wyatt wasn't accepting the Mountain Dew fucking sponsorship. Bray Wyatt didn't get paid the $1 million to do the match.
Listen,
so no,
brother,
it's WWE's fault.
Listen,
WWE
brother, I've got a contact over there.
And let's be real, WWE dropped the ball on LA Knight too, because he should have beat Kofi Kingston on SmackDown. So let's be real about that. And I love
former
Kofi
world champion Kofi Kingston.
Yes, who was just NXT Tag Team Champion and lost the titles. Yes.
Yeah.
Who's not doing anything. LA Knight had the match with Bray Wyatt, gave him the rub, gave Undertaker the fucking legendary rub, where Undertaker probably iced his back after the chokeslam and made him look good too. Yeah. LA Knight should be getting victories right now. It's time. Yeah.
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 I like LA Knight a lot. I don't know, man. I don't think this is a WWE problem. I think it's a Bray problem. But it's not. It's weird because it's not Bray's fault that it's a Bray problem. It's still WWE's fault. Yeah, great. It's still WWE's fault for fucking up the first run. But I don't think it's currently their fault. I don't know that it's anyone's fault, actually.
Question before we end this topic and get into the monster quiz.
What's that?
What would have to happen with Bray Wyatt for you to change it to I don't care anymore to just give it time, or nope, it's going great? Is there anything that Bray Wyatt can do character-wise? Not that he's not that he's going to do it, right? But just in your opinion, is going back to the Buzzard character, or going back to the Fiend character, or anything, or just going just to be regular ass Bray Wyatt with the red sweater and khakis? Is there anything that he can do that would make you be like, okay, I'm kind of vested in this. Let's see where it goes.
They have to very quickly wrap up whatever the fuck the Uncle Howdy stuff is. Like, they have to be done with it. And then as soon as that is done, he's got to make some return back to like the swamp cult guy with like the little bit of like Mankind-esque type mannerisms and like gear and stuff with the leather glove and all that shit. Like they've got to go back to that era in a way
like
that...
you like the NXT Leatherface apron type shit? Remember that?
Yeah.
That would be cool. I don't think he's done that on WWE, has he?
Yeah. So no, I don't think he has either. So I think that they have to take the character.
That would also work with that whole
reality.
Wyatt 6 thing they got going on too. If they really do that and bring in other people to a stable. If he wanted to do that Leatherface apron shit and have like a family, I think that would be cool as fuck actually.
Hey guys, did you like that video? If so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also catch full episodes of the MonsterCast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. And you can also catch us live every Sunday on Twitch. All links in the description below, along with some sweet merch from yours truly, the MonsterCast. Deuces.